Good evening. I'm Carolyn Casson, President and CEO of Michigan Women Forward, and I'm so excited to welcome you tonight to our WomanUp business plan and pitch competition. There's a lot of excited, nervous people backstage right now. These competitions are being held throughout the state, but tonight we're thrilled to be holding our first ever statewide food competition. We're virtual this year, but that didn't stop almost 150 women from across the state to submit their two-page business concept paper way back in October. With the help of our volunteer reviewers, we narrowed it down to 40 finalists, 10 of whom are going to be pitching to you tonight. But before we jump into the pitches, I want to take a moment for you to meet our esteemed judges who are going to make the selection. I'm going to call their name, and then they're going to come in and introduce themselves. Our first judge is Q Broden. Hey, Q, good to see you. When you're not judging pitch competitions, what keeps you busy?
I am the owner of the Kitchen by Cooking with Q in Midtown Detroit. I am super excited to be here. I'm so excited because I feel like this is going to be the greatest pitch contest ever. I teach people how to eat to live, and I understand what everybody's going through because I've been in this pitch contest. So I understand how stressful it can be, but I hope this is very easy for everybody because that's what we're here to do, ultimately help. I'm super excited I can even help with this. So come visit.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Q. And you should go visit. Next is Lucy Dilly. Tell us what you do, Lucy.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lucy. I'm the founder and executive director of the Can Do Kitchen in Kalamazoo. Soon we'll be called Can Do Kalamazoo, actually. We support food businesses, and pretty soon we'll be supporting any and all types of businesses because we want everyone to succeed at their dreams.
Well, you're the perfect judge. Both of you are, because you're in this business and you know and understand. Last but certainly not least is Chama Katavi. He's an investment manager, so he knows the other side of the business, right? Who to invest in.
Most definitely. Good evening. My name is Chama Katavi. I'm with the Fair Food Network. As Carolyn just mentioned, Fair Food Network is a healthy food access and advocacy organization. And I work on the Fair Food Fund, which basically works to invest in food businesses and food entrepreneurs, all the way from farmers to, retailers or producers. And so we kind of work on the business development side of working towards healthy food supply chain.
Great. These are three great judges, and I know you're going to do a wonderful job selecting the winners. I want to say thank you to them before I leave and let the pitches begin. They've been hard at work now for the last couple weeks, reviewing each of the finalists' 10-page business plan. That accounts for about 60% of the final score. And tonight they're going to hear the pitch, which will account for 40% of the score. Each finalist is going to have 3 minutes to pitch, and then 5 minutes for the judges to ask questions and anything they still want to know before they make their decisions. Is everybody ready? All right, judges, let's get started.
Thanks so much, Carolyn, and we will see Carolyn a little bit later this evening. Judges, welcome. So excited to have you. Just a couple of housekeeping items before we jump right in. We do have 2 categories this evening. So we will start with the startup category. They will be competing against each other for cash prizes, and then we will move on to the established category after a short break. Again, the established category will be competing against one another. Then we have the opportunity, and we've gotten a lot of questions about this. Once all the pitches are over, we are going to have the audience choice vote. So that person is any one of the finalists that is pitching this evening. The audience favorite will win $1,000. We will walk you through how to vote for that when we get to that point in the evening. Quickly, you can go ahead and comment on YouTube and Facebook, whichever platform you're watching from. I see Colette Nichols, so excited to see all these women and their amazing businesses. I am as well. So go ahead, chat it up, support whoever it is that you came to support this evening, or if you're just here to watch, let us know that as well. We highly encourage you to keep that chat going all night and cheer on all of the finalists. So As Carolyn mentioned, they will have a 3-minute pitch. We'll cut them off at 3 minutes. They can finish their sentence. Then we'll move into a 5-minute Q&A with the judges. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring in our very first finalist this evening, Cassie Pfeiffer with the Calypso. Hello, Cassie. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. Okay, we can see you. We can hear you. This is a great start to our evening.
Awesome.
Great. Okay, so we have a slideshow, which I'm going to go ahead and bring into the stream right now so we can see that. So, Cassidy, how this works is when you start talking, Laura, we do have to bring in Laura. This will not work without the timer. Hi, Laura. Laura Tomasi Miller with MWF. She's a loan officer here, and she is going to be keeping time for us this evening. So, Cassidy, when you start talking, Laura starts her 3-minute timer. She'll call time if she needs to at 3 minutes. Again, you can finish your sentence, then go into the 5-minute Q&A with the judges. So you're kicking us off this evening. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Let it out. And when you are ready.
Hello, my name is Cassie Pfeiffer, and I am the founder and owner of the Calypso Wine Bar in downtown Bay City. I have a passion for wine and everything that's included, the arts and science of winemaking, the taste of the final product, and the effects it has on our brain. I worked with a premium winemaking team at Gallo and focused on the production of the 2019 Apothic wines. I treasured every second of working with that team and cherish everything I've learned. With the growing popularity of Bay City, restaurants downtown are unable to keep up with the rising demand. During the summer, there are waits at all restaurants of at least 30 minutes. This can cause impatience and frustration among tourists and pedestrians of Bay City. The Calypso provides a solution of a relaxing place for patrons of downtown to sit and grab a drink during their waits. Imagine John and Megan are going out for a nice evening to their favorite restaurant in downtown Bay City with their 3 kids, Jessica, Mikey, and Sarah, and Megan's mother, Barb. They get to the restaurant and find out it's a 45-minute wait. They decide to walk around in the summer heat until their table is ready. Within seconds, Mikey is poking Jessica, who is whining about being poked, while Sarah is running off to chase the birds. The heat is causing Barb to stop and sit every few yards. Megan's makeup is sweating off her face, and her hair is going flat. John can barely keep everyone from yelling at each other and being miserable. Everyone is dehydrated, hot, and tired. John finally decides to skip the restaurant, take the whole family back home, and put on a movie while no one interacts for the rest of the night. Not an ideal family night, but a very common outcome. Instead, John and Megan could have brought their family to the Calypso, where they could all rest and enjoy the air conditioning. The 3 kids can color and play games at the table as they sip grape juice from plastic-lidded wine cups and feel grown up, while John, Megan, and Barb can hold an adult conversation. Barb can sip on her favorite Sauv Blanc, while Megan can get the Chardonnay she's always wanted to try. John can sample a few wines from the very patient and kind staff and ultimately end up with the craft beer he's familiar with and loves. John and Megan will run into their neighbors they hardly see anymore, and they'll convince Megan to become a member where she will receive discounted bottles of wine every month. Barb gives each of the kids $5 bills to place in whichever charity bucket they wish to support. Jessica chooses to support the Boys and Girls Club, Mikey picks the YMCA, and Sarah chooses the Humane Society. They enjoy the atmosphere of the Calypso as the couple at the table next to them cheers to celebrating their 5-year anniversary, and the group of girls at the bar sing happy birthday to their friend's 30th. When notified that their table is ready down the street, the family finishes their drinks and get up to leave since they've already paid when they ordered. The family continues to enjoy their night, interacting and learning more about each other. With the $10,000 prize money, I'll put aside about $1,000 for the initial website development and social media marketing prior to opening. The rest of the money will go towards the starting inventory, which will focus on California wines that are familiar to the average wine drinker, such as Apothic, Menage a Trois, and Josh, and a small selection of Michigan wines from small wineries across the state. The goal is for the Calypso to open at the beginning of 2023. Thank you for your time. I am Cassie Pfeiffer, founder of the Calypso Wine Bar in Bay City. Cheers.
Good job. 3 minutes exactly. Now we have 5 minutes for questions from the judges.
Sure. Great job, Cassidy. I guess my first question is, in the location that you're looking to move into, I imagine that it's dependent on having a number of other restaurants around in that same vicinity. I'm wondering, like, could you speak to like the I don't know if the density is the right word, but the number of businesses, like what's the radius that you're looking to cover and like service when it comes to like the businesses that be waiting for?
Yeah, absolutely. There are 2 locations that I'm trying to figure out which one I can go to. They're both on the same street, like a couple shops away from each other. But in that location, that's like right in the middle of downtown Bay City, And there's let's see, on the left side, there's 4 restaurants. Across the street, there's a restaurant, a weed shop, a bar. On the other side, there's 2 bars, a beer dry dock. There's a cigar place. And then there's 3 more restaurants on one side and a sushi place. And that's all within like 2 blocks of each other. So if you go even further out, there's a handful of boutiques, jewelry stores. There's a lot to offer. But the specific building I'm looking at right now, there's at least 10 restaurants within just 1 block, whichever direction you go from that building.
Thanks for pitching, Cassidy. I felt really immersed in your story, which I think might mean I'm one of your target customers. I can relate
Awesome.
to the challenges there. Can you did speak about, or in your business plan, speak about your target customer as what I interpreted to be as like residents of Bay City. Can you talk about whether you think that tourists or other non-residents from surrounding towns might be someone that you could also cater to?
Absolutely. So downtown Bay City, we get a lot of residents from Auburn and Midland. Those are about 20, 30 minutes away, but they come for the boutiques and the restaurants. And so when they do come, there's a lot of free parking downtown. So we would also cater to them when they would come downtown and would have to wait for their restaurants or in between boutique shopping. And then also there are 2 hotels. One is about 2 blocks away and the other is 3 or 4 blocks away. And so we are starting to get a lot of tourists downtown for, there's a lot of events like Tall Ships and Hop Fest and all that downtown, and a lot of concerts at Winona Park. So we are getting a lot of people to stay at those hotels, and that is an easy walk to the building that I'm looking at.
Question. Okay. First off, I was super excited that you painted the picture. Like I was sitting there with you while you were talking about it. So I was like, okay, I understand. Now I want to ask you a question in reference to like team members. When you open this location, because I know that I know how you would market to this besides just like a social media, like because you have there's a lot of fun stuff in that area, and I want to make sure that you stand out in this group of, because
I'm
you
sorry,
hear
you
me?
cut out a little bit there towards the end.
Hold on, let me see. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Question. Team members, how do you plan on finding team members, and how many team members do you need to open? And number 2, for your marketing, what are you going to do to make yourself stand out outside of Bay City? Because Bay City is a pop-in area where you are. So what are you going to do to make them know the Calypso first?
Yeah. So team member wise, we would only need about 2 or 3 employees to start. We are going to be open only a total of 40 hours a week. And so most of the times we would only need 1 team member working. And for the most part, I can work most days, which would be very convenient. So we'd only need to start with a couple team members at the beginning. And then as far as marketing, I plan to hire out a lot of the social media marketing and everything, because that is not my forte. But we will definitely have a lot of signage downtown, so anybody walking around downtown will easily see us. There's a lot of newsletters about things that go on downtown, and we'll constantly have little events like poetry readings or live music or something like that. So that would draw people in, and that would be on the weekly newsletter for downtown Bay City happenings. And Facebook, there's a very collaborative Facebook Bay City positivity group and stuff like that. So it's a very solid community, and people help each other. So I'm hoping word of mouth helps, but I'll definitely be hiring out more of the main social media marketing.
All right, we're going to jump in there. Thank you, Cassidy. Great job.
Thank you.
All right, all the way from Bay City, Cassie Pfeiffer. Thanks so much for kicking us off this evening. We'll talk to you a little bit later.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so there you go. You have like the first one down, kind of have an idea of how it goes. I will mention that this is a statewide food competition. And so we have finalists from all over the state of Michigan. We've got Bay City, like you just heard. We have Detroit, Grand Rapids, Muskegon Heights, Mason, and Niles. So really statewide. Very, very exciting. Next up, we have Kendra Everett with Savor Life Wellness. Hi, Kendra. How are you doing?
Hey, everybody. I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. Great. We can see you, we can hear you. And so how this works is when you start your presentation, Laura starts the 3-minute timer. She'll call 3 minutes if she needs to, at which point you will go into the 5-minute Q&A with the judges. So when you start talking next, Laura will start her timer. Good luck.
Today's busy culture has many people sick, tired, and discontent. 6 out of 10 Americans have a chronic condition like diabetes or autoimmune disease, and it's increasing, even in our kids. But it doesn't have to be that way. I'm Kendra Everett, mom of 5 and owner of Savor Life Wellness. We offer Savor snacks and Savor support to help families fuel with God, fuel with food, and feel His joy. I'm healing an autoimmune disease and have reversed tired of life feels by tasting and seeing that God and fueling foods are good. They are the best medicine. They just don't have to taste like it. It was hard, though, to find pre-made foods that fit my needs and weren't crazy expensive, plus shipping. So I crafted my own, and baby steps added into the compound effect of boosted energy, health, and healing. Savor Life will share that with roughly 56,000 families in the Lansing area and beyond as we grow, first serving those with food allergies or health conditions. We'll connect to them because we understand. We're unique because we truly care about them and want them to feel better and pass it on for generations. We help in 2 ways. Through Savor support, we share healthy habits and donate 5% of our profits to a kids ministry called Compassion. For Savor snacks, our management team has years of food business experience and years of developing delicious recipes using whole, real, natural foods, locally sourced when possible, sweetened by nature, no refined sugars, fillers, preservatives you can't pronounce, or top allergens. Other healthy products aren't so clean and still cost more. A feature product is our Fueling Granola. It's increased in sales each month because it's unlike any on the market, grain-free and top 8 allergen-free. Each bite is balanced with major macros to help stabilize blood sugar and promote good feels. A customer said it's just what she's been looking for years. So tasty with just the right crunch. I wish I could share a sample with you. I'm here, though, tonight to ask the judges to help us share health and hope with more families by awarding us the $10,000 prize and the audience the $1,000 Viewer Choice Award so we can build a licensed kitchen. Then we can sell our Savor foods at stores like Capital City Market. Bite by bite, we will scale and increase our profitability and people's growing desire to feel better. I'm Kendra Everett, owner of Savor Life Wellness. With our vision and your support, we'll do the fixing while busy families do the savoring, filling them with health and hope to savor life for generations. Thank you.
Perfect. 3 minutes again. 5 minutes for questions from the judges.
Thank you, Kendra. Could you speak a bit more about the actual product lines? You guys give an example of like I'm sorry, was that granola? Can you give some like what other kind of product lines that would be part of this and like a regular feature?
Certainly. Yeah, good question. So the granola, and we have specialty cookies right now that we offer. These are products that we can produce under the current cottage food law. So I produce those out of my home at the moment, according to the current food code and regulations. With a licensed kitchen, though, one of our main goals is to diversify the product line. We would produce items that would allow us to scale better too in the future. They have just a better profitability and actually are less time consuming to produce. And so some of those options that we are considering and testing right now with people as we're building the kitchen, testing more, are clean sauerkraut products. I believe in that. It's helped me a great deal with internal gut issues and just healing of my autoimmune disease, and working some of that into a premier product that you really don't see on the market, which is smoothie packets that would be ideal for children to really pump them up with good vegetables that they don't even really know are in there, or also for adults. I have a smoothie every day. My kids have them most days. So those are a couple options. I'm also looking at some other kid-friendly options for the future. Some sauces like a protein-based ranch dip to, again, get the children to eat their veggies more. And then eventually I may like to get into meals, but that's down the line.
Thanks, Kendra. It's good to hear your business idea. And my question also is around product line. There's a couple of aspects that I want to hear a little bit more about. One is when you have a line of sweets and you have maybe developing a line of sauerkrauts, can you talk about how you're going to build the bridge between those two really different types of products, kind of in terms of customer perception? And then my second part of that question is, how are you going to help your customers understand that the sauerkraut is really delicious in the smoothie pack? It's kind of unconventional.
Sure. That's a very good question, both of them. So to build a bridge, I'm looking at a customer for both of my products that have similar goals. Okay, so these are sweets, but they're special sweets. They are sweets that are, everybody still wants a treat, right? I had an autoimmune disease, but I still love sweets, and I did miss sugar. So I've come up with ways to naturally sweeten products. But overall, they're still, I consider them to be a treat. Overall, I still want to boost my energy and my health every single day. So they're a healthier sweet, but I know, and I think the people that I serve, the people that I've been talking to who enjoy our products so far and want fermented or healthy other products, their goal is the same with the sweet and with our sweets and the sauerkraut or healthier smoothie bags, is to not just boost their taste buds, but boost their gut health and their overall health. And so the products mesh in that regard. Your second question, would you repeat it for me again, please?
Sure. It was, how are you going to kind of teach your customers that the sauerkraut is delicious in the smoothies?
Okay. I will, I think, have to have some tastings perhaps and word of mouth. Okay. My children were skeptical, but they've ate many of them and you can't tell it's in there. Honestly, you really can't. So I think tastings and then word of mouth and social media. I probably wouldn't advertise that for just the regular crowd, but for the mothers, for example, I think that would be wanting to boost their children's health. I think it could be a selling point without telling the children.
Okay, and then my question, because I think we have the same type of situation. I have autoimmune disease, so when I hear it, it sounds amazing and great. I feel like it's a great business. I feel like there's a complete need for it. I know there are competitors, but for me, I love that you reference. I love that you're not afraid to talk about God and your product. Like, that's me. We can be best friends. My first thing, though, I always want to know is like the details. When you do that, there's always details that I want to know. So like, I wanted to see your packaging. So I'm glad you showed me the granola. Is the granola the only thing that's out right now? Like, what do you sell right now that is like tangible?
If you look at my website, I have specialty cookies on there. I have a dark chocolate product on there and the granola. Those are the main ones at this moment. There's some holiday cookies. Right now, though, the feature is a double chocolate or chocolate chunk cookie.
Okay.
Great. I have to jump in there. I know we're short on time. Thank you so much, Kendra. Great job.
Thank you.
Good job, Kendra.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll see you later. Okay, that was Kendra Everett with Savor Life Wellness. Okay, next I'm going to bring in Colleen Mcelveen with Tastefull Vegan Frozen Desserts. Hi, Colleen, how are you?
Hi, doing well.
Great. Well, hey, how this works is when you start your pitch, Laura will start the 3-minute timer. If she needs to call 3 minutes, she will. You can finish your sentence, then we'll move into a Q&A with the judges. So when you are ready, start talking. Laura will start timing. Good luck.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Colleen Mcelveen, and I am the owner of Tastefull Vegan Frozen Desserts. I create I help those who suffer from dietary-related issues improve their health by creating superfood allergen-free desserts. I believe Americans are facing a health crisis. Obesity, high blood pressure, and food allergies alone impact over 42 million Americans. And the pandemic has heightened our awareness of the severity of these chronic illnesses. And I believe that our nation has been searching for a solution of health that is both effective and long-lasting. Tastefull Vegan aims to improve the health of our nation one dessert at a time by showing them that healthy food can taste great. One example of this is Susan. She first entered the Tastefull Vegan family in the spring of 2021 when she purchased our cocoa and ice chocolate covered ice cream bars. After purchasing one bar, she came back a week later to purchase an entire case because for the very first time in years, she and her family were able to enjoy chocolate without severe allergic reactions that she dealt with due to personal chronic illnesses. And she's now become the brand ambassador for Tastefull Vegan, showing how superfood sweets changed her life. And so for me as a mother, a health food blogger, and a vegan cookbook author, it's important for me to provide desserts that are loaded with benefits. And that's why all of our desserts are created using organic superfood ingredients that are naturally sweetened and locally sourced. And it's my flavor that has grown the appeal of Tastefull's reach. I currently sell freeze pops at $3.50 and chocolate covered ice cream bars at $6. And within the past 2 months, our products have flown off of farmers market stalls and into 4 additional retail stores, including Harvest Health and Spartan's Forest Hill Foods. And next month, Tastefull plans to expand to Bridge Street Market and Meritage Hospitality restaurants. And so embarking on this growth demands a change from my current manual production to automation in order to produce more units in less time. I am asking for $10,000 to automate my production. $4,500 will be used to purchase a piston filler, which will increase the number of freeze pops I produce per hour from 20 to over 100. $2,500 will be used for a 4.5 quart commercial grade food processor, which will replace my 1.5 quart mixer, and the remaining $2,500 for pre-printed labels, which will pre-printed label packaging, which will save over 2 hours of production or labeling time so that I can produce more. My goal with Tastefull Vegan is to use desserts as the gateway into healthy living, and I believe Tastefull Vegan brings health to our nation one tasty bite at a time. Thank you.
3 minutes
Obsessed.
exactly. 5 minutes. Go ahead, judges.
Obsessed. First, I'm gonna tell you, I was obsessed. I was obsessed with your business plan. I need you to know that you will absolutely grow at an exponential rate, but I need to know about a team. You can't run the entire business by yourself. So for me, I want to know what does the team look like? If you have someone operating the machines, like what does that look like? Have you thought that out completely? Because honestly, it's the details that I want to know about.
Yes. And so what I've recently been working with my coach with MSU Extension to talk about how to contract. I might not be able to hire someone full time, but contracting positions where I might have someone that can handle the packaging, the filling, and then even having someone to run the markets for me so that while someone is managing the sales, I can handle the production piece. So the production doesn't slow down, but the sales are still able to be done, and hiring someone to do the delivery. Because at this point, a lot of my vendors are local, but I would hire someone to. So that's what I am working with both the SBDC and MSU's extension program to help me learn how to contract positions for people to do those jobs for me so that I can be able to do more as I grow.
Amen.
Great presentation, Kaylene.
Thank you.
Can you speak a little bit more towards the market, the target market that you're looking to get into? So you had spoken that you're in a couple of stores right now.
Yeah.
And can you, what were those stores again?
So I'm in 3 locations of Harvest Health Foods on the west side of the state, and then Spartan's Forest Hill Foods. I am onboarding with Bridge Street right now and will be there in April. And then the Meritage Hospitality Restaurants will feature my desserts as well in the spring.
So really quickly then, so is this a product that would then would kind of stay within like the healthy food market kind of space? You had mentioned it as like an intro into healthy foods. So would it be into like larger retailers, like say a big lot? Would this be a product you can find at Meijer or like Walmart or something like that as well?
Yes, ideally, I want to sneak the health in through a dessert. And so, initially starting at the health food stores was one of the first connections because I built relationships with the health food stores because I'd done health demos there before. But I want to be able to provide the product that you don't think is healthy, but you want to eat it. So getting it outside of just the health food stores and into Meijer and, Target and the other mainstream stores.
Hi, Colleen. Thanks for your presentation. I have one suggestion, and then I have a question. My suggestion is around your thought about your Roku food processor. We have one of those in our kitchen. I think it's the same size you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I would actually suggest getting a Roku immersion blender, a stick blender, because you can put that into a big vat, which is much bigger than your Roku. Just an idea.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I appreciate
That's a good suggestion. That's a good suggestion.
Yeah. And they're just really fun. Actually, they're heavy. So yeah, just know that.
Okay.
Then my questions are kind of related to the other 2 questions. One is I'm excited that you're getting a machine to help you make more bars faster. That is a game changer. And I think we all probably know how much time packaging does take. And so as you're producing all those bars in the moment, how are you going to scale up your packaging to your capacity so you can get those packaged safely?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and I'm glad you asked that question, and thank you for the suggestion because I wrote that down. I recorded it. But what I have learned is that I'm able to purchase my equipment in stages. And so at this phase, I can purchase just the filler. But as I grow, I'm able to expand to add on pieces of the machine that will even do the packaging for me. So at this point, I can grow with just having a machine that can fill. But then as I add on, I can buy the machine that will fill and seal and, make it more of a almost like a
assembly line.
Thank you. Yes, an assembly line. So.
All right,
Are we good? We got time.
30 seconds left if you want to ask one more.
Do you pay yourself? Because you should pay yourself. Have you thought about paying yourself?
Yes, I pay myself, and my children are paid in freeze pops, but I do.
I had to ask.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time, judges.
Thank you, Colleen. Great job.
Thank you.
I think Colleen will be picking up some more customers in the Grand Rapids area because I'm like, ooh, freeze pops. All about that. All right. Next up, we have Gabby Occolini with Zippy's Coffee. Hi, Gabby. How's it going?
Hi, guys. I'm awesome. Can everybody hear me and see my slides okay?
We can hear you, and I'm going to pull your slides in right now so we can see those. Looks great.
Yay.
So how this works is when you start talking, Laura starts the 3-minute timer. She'll call time at 3 minutes if she needs to. You can finish your sentence, and then you'll go into the Q&A with the judges. So go ahead and take a deep breath. Let it out. And when you are ready.
Hi, my name is Gabby Occolini, and I am the owner of Zippy's Coffee. At Zippy's, we specialize in espresso-based beverages and are bringing energy blasts and white coffee to the Michigan market. We are pre-revenue and opening our mobile location in April. Our trailer will be the primary marketing and fundraising tool as we raise capital to build our drive-through only coffee stand in the next 2 years. Zippy's is proud to offer an organic, fair trade, medium dark roast for our traditional espresso bean. But I am so excited to bring white coffee to Michigan. White coffee is the same bean that we know and love, only it has been roasted less. Coffee roasting is a spectrum, and the darker the roast, the deeper the flavor. However, the longer roasting time causes the caffeine to dissipate. So, white coffee has twice the amount of caffeine than the traditional espresso shot. It also comes with little to no indigestion, bloating, or coffee breath that is associated with darker roasts. We are also introducing Energy Blasts to Michigan. These are made of an energy drink, a syrup combination, and then an optional topper of OJ, lemonade, or cream. Zippy's is upping the game by making them shine. Shine is edible glitter, which causes the drink to literally shimmer and swirl as it is passed to the guest. Some combinations include creamsicle, caramel apple, or blue raspberry. Drive-through coffee is the way of the future, and I am the perfect person to bring this to our market. I am so pure Michigan that my blood is literally lake water. I also have 17 years of customer service experience, with 13 of those in food specifically. I have worked in and managed a coffee stand for 3 years, which is where I learned the ins and outs of how they are run. We are asking for $10,000 to outfit the trailer with a jewel case portable solar battery system. Traditionally, food trucks are powered using a combination of propane and gas generators. However, as gas prices climb without an end in sight, we as business owners have a responsibility to look to renewable energy sources. By switching to jewel case, we will be saving over $4,000 annually, which means that the system will completely pay for itself in a little over 2 years. Not only is jewel case able to be solar powered, but in a pinch, I can charge it from home. Zippy's would have the capabilities to serve anywhere without being limited by a noisy, dirty generator or costly electricity buy-ins. This would also make Zippy's the only solar-powered food truck in the state of Michigan. This puts us in a unique position to pave the way in solar technology and encourage other entrepreneurs to do the same. My name is Gabby Occhialini. My company is Zippy's Coffee. My vision for Michigan is to have a coffee stand on every corner. Together, we can begin to make that dream a reality and change the way people caffeinate. Questions?
Oh, Q, I think you're muted.
Oh, unmute. Am I unmuted now? Cool. Shiny coffee is fire. I thought this was super dope. I'm so down for this shiny coffee. I love that you have the most amazing details. Your marketing plan was fire. My biggest question for you is because, of course, I want you to stand out because coffee consumption is something that happens daily. So I want to know what is going to be your marketing beyond like a Facebook and an Instagram, because you have a lot of like big competition, but nobody's glittering and shiny like that. So what are your thoughts?
Yes. So because we're mobile, obviously, like on the side of my truck, I have my logo. On the side of my trailer, I have my logo. We also have our pay for post strategy. So basically, like when somebody posts, then we're going to be able to give them a discount off of that. I also have a partnership with North Farmington High School as well as West Bloomfield High School. And I'm working on Bloomfield Hills High School to start getting into catering specifically for graduation parties and prom so that we can, you know, bring our drinks to that market as well.
Dope.
Thanks.
So Q kind of spoke to a question I had, but my question, I guess, is more around like logistics on this. Like it's your mobile truck, but then you're also for drive-through. So would that be like is this a situation where you would need to be like your own kind of in your own situation where you wouldn't be able to line up with other food trucks that have more walk-up traffic? Would people be able to come up, do walk-up with it in this concept as well, or no?
Yes. So in terms of the trailer, the way that I've built it, because I'm actually physically building it myself, I was able to get bigger windows so that we can serve a drive up like as a car, like a smaller car, as well as serving like a walk up crowd. And I have 2 windows. So I have one window on the driver's side of the trailer and one window on the passenger side of the trailer. So that way we can do either 1 for walk up, 1 for cars, 2 for cars, or 2 for walk up. I just wanted to make sure I have, you know, the ability to serve as many people as possible.
Thanks, Gabby. My question is kind of similar to Chama's, actually, a little bit extension of that. I want to say something before I ask the question. I really like your focus on renewable energy for your business model. And I just want to plant the seed in your mind about if there's anything you can do outside of your four walls. Like drive up and drive through model is pretty gas intensive for the people that are using your service. And I know there's a lot of systems in place why people, we use gas cars, but if there's something that you can work into your business model to kind of mitigate people sitting with their engines on, waiting to drink your products, I think that would be worth thinking about. So that's not really a question, but my question is, can you talk about the transition, if there is one, between your mobile unit and then like having little shops on like every corner in your city?
Yes. So I don't know if any of you have been out to the West Coast and seen these coffee stands, but basically they are like 10-foot by 22-foot little huts, like in a parking lot. And so they're very, very small. So for me, what the transition would be is we have this trailer, which we can bring to different locations. And then once we find a good place to start to build, I can have the trailer there and I can know that it'll be a good place for us. Like I can test it out with the trailer first. So then we can train baristas on the trailer so that once the actual brick and mortar is built, we can move those baristas from the trailer over into that brick and mortar. It'll be a pretty seamless process. And then, so that would be the process to do that.
Great. Thank you, Gabby. We're coming up on 5 minutes. Great job.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks, Gabby. Great job.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're coming up here to the end of our startup category. And just before we bring in our next finalist, I do want to say that I did see some people watching out on social media from other places in the US. So even outside of Michigan, where we have some people watching from, it looks like Arizona, San Antonio. So this is pretty great. I'm loving it. One of the good things about doing something virtually, although, for this one, Laura and I were lamenting that we would love to be in person because of all the different, tastings we could do, but that's okay. We'll just have to plan like an epic Michigan road trip someday and hit up all of the spots. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in Aftin Bates with Vanilla Plus Extract. Hi, Aftin. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good. Okay. And I know you have some slides for us?
I do, and I'm
Okay.
having some trouble.
That's okay, because I can help walk you through it.
Okay. It's not coming up. I see it at the bottom, but it's not coming up in the list.
Okay. If you go ahead and so you have share screen.
Yes.
Okay. And then you navigated one over to where the window is.
Select. Yes, it says select window. However, the window with
Go
the
ahead
PowerPoint.
and open up your presentation one more time and then come back over to this and then see if you can see it that way.
Okay.
Ooh, someone's watching from Washington State. Okay, now we really got people coming in here. This is cool. All right, do you see it?
I don't. It won't let me go down any further. Can I type in PowerPoint?
Go ahead and try that and see if you can find it that way. And while she's doing that, I do want to remind everybody that we will have a short break after this and then go into the established category. And then after that, we are going to have our audience choice vote where you, the audience, will get to determine your favorite pitch this evening. And that person will win $1,000. So that can be someone who wins a cash prize. It could be someone who doesn't. And it's always fun to see who wins that one. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, Aftin, do you see it yet?
I am not seeing it. It does not want to come up. This is so weird.
All right. In the interest of time, are you prepared to pitch without it?
I don't know. Let me try one more thing.
All right, let's try one more thing. This is always like is technology going to work? Is it not? And we've tried preparing so many times, but sometimes it just, things happen, things come up. So really quickly, I do want to remind people that you can, for the audience watching, you can feel free to comment in the comment section on YouTube and Facebook. Love to see those come through. Lots of support so far for all of the finalists. And we have Rochelle, who is our marketing and communications coordinator. She is posting all of the links to websites and social media handles for the finalists and their businesses. So if you're interested in learning more, be sure to look at those, use those to find out a little bit more about the pitches tonight. And then also be sure to like, follow, subscribe, whatever you got to do based on the platform you're using, Michigan Women Forward, because we would love to keep you up to date on everything happening. All right.
I finally got it.
Oh, you got it. Yay. Okay. Okay. Did you hit share?
Yes.
Okay. We have it. Yay. Okay.
Okay, good.
Way to go. Way to go. It's okay. All right. I'm bringing it to the screen. Okay.
Great.
So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take a deep breath in.
I know. I just got
Let
so
it out.
flustered.
It's always like gets you going when stuff like this happens, but it's okay because we have it in the stream and you're going to do great. So how this works, Aftin, is when you start pitching, Laura's going to start that 3-minute timer. If she needs to, she's going to call time, let you finish your sentence, and then you will go into a 5-minute Q&A with the judges. Okay. So like I said, when you start talking, Laura starts timing. Good luck.
Okay, thank you. Hello, my name is Aftin Bates, and I'm the owner of Vanilla Plus Extract, located in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm an experienced baker with a formal education in business management. What is Vanilla Plus Extract? Vanilla Plus Extract is a high-quality, crafted combination extract that's commonly used in baking. Extracts may also be incorporated into ice cream, coffee, pancakes, soups, and sauces. Question: during your visits to the grocery store, have you ever chosen a product because the label had all natural across the front? Like you, I believed when I purchased extracts, all natural was a good option until I was led to an article by National Geographic, and the title was Beaver Butt Goo. And this is where I learned about Castorium. So what is Castorium? Castorium is a thick, odorous secretion made in the anal glands of beavers. This illustrates the synthesis of Castorium from beavers under the natural flavor column. And what's the problem with extracts today? The FDA has deemed Castorium an all-natural ingredient, an all-natural flavor, therefore is not required to be on the list of ingredients. There's a lack of quality ingredients. There's increased usage of additives such as sugar, water, and color additives, usage of flavor additives such as Castorium, and there's a lack of innovation. Here's some facts. Since the pandemic, 84% of consumers are baking at home at least once a week. The baking industry has increased to $26 billion due to social shift, and consumers have increased consciousness of their foods, ingredients, and origin. In recent years, the vanilla bean market has increased 4.7% annually and is expected to continue. Why choose Vanilla Plus Extract? Consumers will choose Vanilla Plus Extract because it provides cost savings through combining 2 extracts in 1 bottle. It is a vegan product. There's no Castorium used ever. And the retail market is in dire need of more extract options. Vanilla Plus extract is a new, exciting, revolutionary flavor explosion. And with $10,000, I intend to make my product Meyer ready by increasing inventory, the usage of a commercial kitchen, as well as licensures, barcodes, packaging, and labeling.
I have to hop in there, Aftin. We are at 3 minutes. We have 5 minutes now for questions from the judges.
Okay.
Lucy, did you want to get started this time?
Sure. Thanks, Aftin. It's good. I'm glad we got to see your slides. My question is about your production. So I think you're making it maybe at home now, but you're planning on scaling up. Can you talk about how you're going to manage that process? Because you talked about the really big vats you're going to use and how you're going to bottle it and have help to do all that.
So the question is, how will I scale from at home, making it at home until like factory production?
Or whatever you see this next phase as when you get into the commercial kitchen. Even do you have a plan for what that transition is going to look like?
For a commercial kitchen, I would continue to use the same practices that I use at home, which is letting the product basically, it takes about 6 to 8 weeks for it to completely form after you mix the ingredients. So I would just do that in a commercial kitchen. But in a home kitchen, you can't provide those products to a grocery store. So I would just use the kitchen so I could provide those products to grocery stores. I'm sorry, did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Evening, Aftin. Could you speak? So this I might be admitting to some lack of culinary skills here, but can you speak a little bit more on like what the target market is? Is it vanilla extract is used mainly for homes, and it would be individuals that would be mainly using it? Is it okay? Can you speak to that a little bit more?
Individual bakers. Yeah. So what I want to do is provide it in like Meyer stores for individual bakers. Eventually, yes, I would like to expand to business owners, small business owners, etc. But yes, my target is the at-home baker.
Okay.
And I think this idea is sick because vanilla is like super hot on the market. It's like $20 a bottle, right?
Yeah.
So my brain for you, because what you're doing is you're almost running like a vanilla brewery. So I kind of want to know, like, how are you have a team to do this? Is it just you when you take it out of you doing it at the home? I just want to know, like, give me the quick breakdown of like how you gonna expand it. Because this is fine. I think it's a super dope
I do have a small team, which is my family, and it's about 5 of us. And we all get together and make extracts and bottle them from home. I do it under cottage food law, so I have to provide the proper labeling. I've gotten into farmers markets this summer. So I'll be in farmers markets Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. For the upcoming summer, I have approximately 1,200 bottles that I need to fill between now and then. But this is all on cottage food law. But that next step would be for me to get into the commercial kitchens so I can do even more production and offer the products to the dire need retail market.
Yeah, this is good. My biggest thing for you is go into the details so killer, because this is something where you're going to want to be able to have it go even when you're not here. Because once you start, I think a lot of small businesses think like it's only going to start this small, and if it pops off at you, how are you going to keep up with the production? So I definitely want you to go into knowing, like, when you're there, if you need to have 10 people on site, what is everybody's positions process have to be like super tight? Because that's pretty much where you're at. It's a super dope idea. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, we have about 30 seconds left. If anyone has a quick question they'd like to squeeze in, Otherwise, I think we're good.
Otherwise, all
Okay.
right.
I think we're good.
Thank you
Great
all. You were great.
Aftin, thanks so much. By the way, you got a lot of love on Facebook.
Oh, great.
And YouTube, but out there in social media land. Got to let you know that. So great job. We worked through those technology issues and stay calm. Great job. So we're going to let you go and we'll talk to you a little bit later. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
See ya. Okay. With that, we are done with our first startup round of pitches. So we're going to take a short break. We'll see you back here in just a few minutes. Feel free to use the restroom, get up and stretch, grab your snack, refill your beverage, all those great things you got to do. And we'll see you back here shortly for the established round. Hello and welcome if you are just joining us, or welcome back to the 2022 Statewide Food WomanUp and Pitch Competition. My name is Ellie Drain with Michigan Women Forward, and we are so excited to have you here with us this evening. So we just finished up the first round of pitches, which was in the startup category. Now we will be moving into the established category. So I am going to go ahead and bring back our judges into the stream this evening. We have, let's see, Jama's there, Q, and Lucy. All right, everyone's back. Great. I'm going to bring in, our timer. Cannot forget the timer. Hey, Laura, there we are. I'm going to go ahead and bring in our next finalist to kick off the established round, Garnette Archer with Joe's Gallery Cafe. Hi, Garnette. Are you there? Her camera's not on. There she is. Okay, and you're on mute. Go ahead, take yourself off mute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
We can. Okay, so do you want to go ahead and pull up your slides?
Yes. My slides are up. I just need to share my screen properly.
Yep. So while you're doing that, I'll remind people, because I see a lot of comments on the chat about the audience choice vote. This is just a reminder that will happen after all of the pitches are complete. So just after this round, we'll walk you through how to do that. We haven't posted the link yet, but don't worry, we will do that. We know you want to vote. We want you to vote. We want someone to walk away with potentially an additional $1,000 or just $1,000. It's going to be great. Okay, I do see your screen here. Okay, do you want to go ahead and when you share, make sure you go over to the window, because right now we're seeing repeats of your screen. So I want to make sure we see your presentation. All right, so Garnette is coming at us from Detroit, Michigan. There we go.
Did I do it right?
Yes, you did. All right, we see them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's always just like the most nerve-wracking. Like, you get through this part, you're golden, right? You're
Okay.
good.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, yep, we can hear you. We can see your slides. So we're ready to kick things off once again. So how this works is when you start talking, Laura starts the 3-minute timer. At 3 minutes, she will call time if she needs to, and then you will move into the 5-minute Q&A with the judges. So when you are ready, start talking. Laura will start timing, and good luck.
Okay. Where was your last dining experience? Was it in your neighborhood? How far out did you go? 5 miles, 10 miles? Detroit needs more dining options, and that's a fact. The market is becoming more diverse. One dimension of food is trending out. Burger joints, steak houses, ugh. Joe's Gallery Cafe will fill that void, offering fusion cuisine, cafe, and pan-ethnic cooking in the most unique ways, blending the love of food, music, art, and culture. Hello, my name is Garnette Archer, second-generation owner of Joe's Gallery on the famous Avenue of Fashion in Detroit, Michigan, anchored by the University of Detroit, Palmer Park, and the sister city of Ferndale. I am here today with my cafe business partner, Aiyenede, to talk about our latest venture, Joe's Gallery Cafe, a combination of creativity, cuisine, and culture. Joe's Gallery Cafe will be a fusion restaurant having catering services. This business model is consistent with dine-in, carry-out, catering, and retail sales. The business location will be adjacent to Joe's Gallery, where I have been proprietor and building owner for almost 10 years. My mother, the founder of Joe's Gallery, planted this seed and vision 30 years ago, desiring to see more Detroit neighborhoods thrive for shopping, dining, exploring, and walking. That vision has partially been realized with venues like Kuzo's, Yoshi's, and Good Times, which are struggling to meet demands with 90-minute wait times in our community. Joe's Gallery Cafe was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to market test our fusion cuisine concept through extended pop-ups over the years in our planned location. This experience helped us to formulate a mid-tier pricing model with breakfast selections between $6 and $18, appetizers and tapas between $4 and $10, and most entrees under $30. The beverage and bar program will follow the same mid-tier pricing, and we will operate Wednesday through Sunday. Joe's Gallery has an established customer base of over 7,500 current customers, and we will target an additional 15,000 nearby residents. Our projected forecast is just under $1 million in the first year. Aiyenede brings 30 years of management experience in the food and beverage industry. I have 25 years as a professional purchasing agent and 10 years running my family business. David Gardner is a graduate of Culinary Institute of Arts with 30 plus years in the private and public sectors, and the cafe will create 15 new jobs for local Detroiters. These grant funds will be used to help process our zoning change from currently retail to mixed use for our space, create our site plans, and support our liquor license, the legal fees for that. In closing, Joe's Gallery Cafe would create a new kind of value proposition in the food landscape of Detroit. Now, let's cook, let's eat, and let's celebrate. And we thank you for the opportunity and look forward to realizing our dream and legacy. That's it.
Great job. 5 minutes for questions from the judges.
Hi.
Hi. Okay.
All right, thanks. Great presentation, Garnette. Could you speak a bit more about like that interaction between like the cafe and the gallery? I guess trying to think of how to best put it. Like, in what way? Which is like the leading? Which one is pushing what? Which one is like the cafe leading towards also the use of the gallery, or vice versa? Like, what's the interplay between the two spaces? And I asked that kind of thinking that primarily most of the revenue is going to be driven by the cafe itself. So how do you balance those out?
Well, that's why there's two of us on this call today. Aiyenede is my business partner, and she will be running the cafe side. From our interaction, I've been 10 years proprietor of Joe's Gallery. Dai has 30 years experience and has done several restaurants and pop-ups. So she will be helping to feed that cafe from the business side. So the 1 million we talked about, that doesn't include the gallery. That's totally separate. And from that aspect, we want to bring to our neighborhood a very unique experience where someone comes in and they can have a bite to eat, a glass of wine, but then also experience, even have some pancakes and some omelets and the papaya pictures that you saw. And we're blending that with the love of art. So they can walk from one side to the other while they're waiting, kind of have a chance to browse and shop. If you want to think about something that's a concept in the market today, think of Cracker Barrel. If you've ever been to a Cracker Barrel, when you're out in the main area, you're shopping, you have all kind of knickknacks and bric-a-bracs. Well, we have art and bric-a-bracs. So we're doing that combination of love and bringing that right here to the city of Detroit.
Thank you.
Thanks you both for being here tonight. I love the whole enterprise that you're building and that it has all these different facets. It's really, really inspiring. In your business plan, you talked about some of your target market being gourmet palates, socializers, and art lovers. I think as 3 kind of types of customers you'll target. Can you talk just a little bit in more detail about each of those if you can? And why they're gonna connect with your business?
When we did the trial pop-ups in the space itself, we had a lot of customers that would be on the gallery side, and they'd say, "What's happening next door? It looks like something's happening next door." And they would come next door, and they were like surprised that we had food and there was music and there was art on the walls, and they was like, "Wow, this is really fantastic. It would be great if you guys had like a tunnel that could connect both the businesses, so you could, have food on this side and art on this side, and then just kind of like meld everything together." So that's sort of how we came up with the concept of, maybe this can work, where we showcase some emerging artists and established artists, and the same with the chefs. We have some emerging chefs and we'll have some established chefs. We can combine and fuse a lot of ideas together.
And I want to add one last thing. Our foot traffic, just the traffic on the street, and any average week is about 130,000 vehicles that just go down the street. And the street was redeveloped in our area to have 24-foot sidewalks. So the idea behind that in our block is to allow for people to kind of walk and stroll. So we got organic traffic when we had our streetscape redeveloped, and we were one of the next Detroit areas, and we want to pull on that. We get a lot of current walk-in traffic, and it's nice to have the synergies with all the restaurants kind of walking distance. So that 90-minute wait that you see, we're going to have organic fallout just from that alone.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a real thing. So this is one of the things I was asking, because I think it's a great idea, and it is and it's I think it's like so easy. This will be so easily done for you guys, because people, number one, love brunch. I think it's just a dope idea all around. What I really want to get is, what kind of customer retention tools do you have? Because you are in an area where there is a lot of food and there's a lot of accessibility. What retention do you have to keep your customers, the people that walk through the door? You guys got an email list? Are you giving out, email coupons, postcards, not just social media? Because I think people focus a lot on social media, but you missed out on the people that are right in your back door. And in that area, you guys have a lot of accessibility. So what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, so in our marketing plan, we talk about that. I have 14,000 people today on our current email list that we use through Constant Contact. So those individuals are automatically, and all the people, we sign up an average of about 200 people per month just for the gallery side. Yeah. And, when we get a chance to, and we do, walk-ins, we sign up, we give 10% off, just for that. If you come to the food restaurants, we'll give you a nice little glass of wine, have you kick back the heels and get some omelets to go with it, okay? So that kind of engagement, is organic for us. So we're taking advantage of the experience of the 10 years here on the gallery. Well, actually, we've been here for 25 years. I've been here as proprietor for 10. My mom passed away in 2012. So she was the visionary behind this and kind of groomed me through childhood, saying, this is a cool area in Detroit, and I really want to see more, African-American style. So, we're going to be able to pull that together and bring those synergies that, really kind of that already existing avenue there. We're going to be able to tap into that.
All right, we got to stop there. Thank you, Garnette. Great job.
Thank you, Garnette.
Thank you.
Great job. And we will talk to you a little bit later.
Okay.
We'll see you later, Di. Okay. All right. So great. Garnette and I kicked us off with Joe's Gallery Cafe for the established category. next we are going to welcome in Chartreuse sisters, Alyson and Mallory. Caillaud-Jones and Mallory is going to be pitching this evening and joined a little bit later by Alyson. So Mallory, how are you doing?
Great. How are you?
We're doing well. Good. We can hear you. We can see you. I'm going to put your slides into the stream. We can see those. So how this works is when you start your presentation, Laura starts the 3-minute timer. She will call time. If necessary, you can finish your sentence. Then you'll move into your Q&A with the judges, at which point I believe you'll be bringing in Alyson. So can't wait to see her. So when you start talking, Laura starts timing, and good luck.
Thank you. My name is Mallory Caillaud-Jones. I'm half French, half American, and the co-owner of Chartreuse Sisters, currently a beloved home-based French pastry shop and soon to be your West Michigan Parisian getaway. Our goal is to rehabilitate a neglected historical building in uptown Grand Rapids by transforming it into a patisserie cafe with French-style pastries, full espresso bar, and non-alcoholic mocktails. Imagine being transported from the streets of Grand Rapids to a patisserie cafe in Paris by just walking through a doorway. You cross the historical tile floor towards the bar where you smell fresh brewed espresso. French music plays overhead as you gaze across the case filled with gorgeous pastries. And then you notice something very different. Beautiful, completely alcohol-free, Instagrammable mocktails. I am sober curious, which for me means I limit my alcohol consumption for health reasons. This lifestyle change has opened our eyes to how excluded one can feel when their options are limited or non-existent. For sober curious, pregnant individuals, and customers under 21, there's a lack of inclusivity in beverage options throughout Grand Rapids. A 2016 survey found that 75% of millennials actively limit how much they drink. A 2018 report found that Gen Z is projected to drink 20% less than millennials. The evidence that people are consuming less alcohol has been widely documented and points towards a long, positive future for this movement. Mocktails are the future, and we cannot wait to lead the movement locally. However, in a city that thrives on coffee, our espresso machine will be the most valuable and important piece of equipment for our patisserie cafe. It will double our sales, and it is crucial for our business model. $10,000 will help cover the cost of our espresso machine, and it is imperative that we order the machine immediately due to supply chain issues. We've spoken to local coffee shop owners who have had to wait for up to 3 months to receive theirs, so we cannot afford to wait to order ours. Having worked in the food industry for a combined 9 years, we have never seen a concept like ours. We are extremely proud and excited to bring the flavors from our French heritage to our beloved hometown. From the moment we first visited our future location 1 year ago to recently finalizing our layout, our dream is coming to fruition. We cannot wait to open for our community of supportive and excited customers who have been following us on this journey for the past 2 years. Soon, we'll be able to welcome you with an oversized macaron, a seasonal latte, and maybe even a mocktail to go. And the best part is you don't even have to book a plane ticket. Thank you for your time. And now my sister and partner, Alyson, will join us for questions.
Great. That was 3 minutes exactly. 5 minutes.
So great presentation. Can you speak a bit more like towards your overall menu? You were saying this is mostly chartreuse, and you were doing pastries from home. So in this space, is there going to be a full menu? Is this a thing that's like mostly like a breakfast, brunch, lunch kind of a situation? And do you need to have will you have to have a full kitchen?
Right. So right now, nothing will be made to order. So when you come in, you'll have all the pastries available, and then we'll have our mocktails and our espresso menu. And then in the future, possibly we'll do brunch, but at least for the first year, we're going to just specialize in our pastries.
So it's mainly, as far as like equipment in the space, is mostly ovens right now that you'd be.
Right. Yes, we will have a hood just if we want to do things like browning butter and things like that are necessary for a hood. But yeah.
Thanks for being here and pitching your business to us, both of you. I have a question based on your business plan. You mentioned that you were planning on closing at 4 p.m. I think, on maybe most of the nights. And I'm a little concerned that you might be missing out on some folks that want some mocktails in the night scene. I want to just hear about how you made that decision.
Yep. So actually, it's been a month since we submitted the business plan. So in that time, we have been discussing that and talking to other businesses and looking at the hours of the other businesses on the same block as us. And we actually will probably be going towards more 12 to 6 because, espresso, people are willing to drink at least until about 4. Pastries and desserts, after people get out of work. We don't want to miss that crowd of the 4:30 to 6 o'clock. So, to start, it'll be us. And then hopefully we'll be able to employ some full-time staff after the first month or so. So we are kind of, keeping that smaller amount of time. And then as we progress, we will hopefully be able to expand our hours.
I was going to ask that, but I'm super excited that Lucy asked that because business plans, I tell people all the time, are ever changing. Literally, when I opened, I didn't even know I was going to be a restaurant, and it happened like 2 weeks before I opened. So, honey child, I understand. What I am going to tell you guys, the business plan was super dope. I didn't have a bunch of questions about it because it was so detailed. I was very impressed with that. The one thing I did want to ask you guys was about your
Oh, I think it just cut out.
Strategy do you guys have your customers? Are you guys going to have I'm always about how do you get customer retention, because I think sometimes people spend so much time looking for new customers that they forget to worry about the customers that they already have. So what kind of customer retention program are you guys looking to do to keep people coming back at first? You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. So we did have a sisterhood membership program. So it's kind of like a mug club idea, like some breweries will have. And to start out, we probably won't do that right away, but that is the plan in the future. And so there will be some perks like, you can get some money off a coffee if you come certain days, or maybe off a pastry, and possibly some events. Like we do want to do some fun events. So maybe they'll get early ticket to access. But a big thing for us is doing a rotating menu. And so every month, we'll have the same base, but we'll change out some of the flavors to stay in season with, the Michigan produce. And so in that way, we'll be able to get people to come back. So it's like, you're not always coming in and getting the same thing. If you really love a pastry, maybe you have to make sure that you come in before the end of the month, but then you're really excited for the next month. So in that way, we'll continue to have reoccurring patronage.
I think that's super dope because you can also base that off of what's fresh and what's in the area right now. So I think that's super amazing. And I think you guys should for sure use the mug club because I thought that was super catchy as soon as you said it. So please use that. That was fire. But thanks for your pitch was awesome and your business plan is too.
Thank you so much.
All right. Any other questions from the judges? We have just shy of a minute left. If not,
I'm curious about where you came up with Chartreuse, your business name, the color.
Yeah. Well, so it's actually, so our last name is Caillaud-Jones. So we're half French, half American, right? So Caillou is the French part. And we're like, well, how do we come up with a name? Because we're not going to call it the Caillaud sisters. No one can pronounce it. So we went to, our French heritage, and Chartreuse is an area in France. And we just have a strong connection to there. There's some stories there when we were able to travel with families. So we just felt like that seemed right and people remember it. And yeah, we love it.
And for Americans, they know Chartreuse is the color.
Yeah.
So then we're like, okay, so it's French and American.
Right. Exactly.
Perfect. That is exactly 5 minutes. Thanks for squeezing that in, Lucy. Great job, ladies.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Mallory. Thanks, Alyson. We'll see you a little bit later.
Bye.
All right. Great. So that was the Chartreuse sisters. So up next, we have Akhigbe with Sticky Spoons Jam. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Ellie. I'm doing well, thanks.
Great. Okay. Well, we can see you and we can hear you. We're going to go ahead and put your slides into the stream and we can see those as well. So you're coming to us from Niles, might as well be Indiana, right? But you just barely squeezed into Michigan there. So we are very, very thrilled to have someone representing the Southwest portion of the state. And so how this works is when you start your pitch, Laura will start her 3-minute timer. At 3 minutes, she will call time. You can finish your sentence, then you'll go into your Q&A with the judges. So when you are ready, go ahead, start talking. Laura starts timing, and good luck.
Hello, my name is Aiyenede Akhigbe. I'm a Navy veteran and owner of Sticky Spoons Jam. In 2016, as a parent seeking to introduce my son to a classic peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I became frustrated as I was unable to find jams free of artificial flavors, preservatives, and high fructose corn syrup. I chose to make my own and began selling to coworkers, also parents of small children. They loved the natural flavors and appreciated the absence of preservatives. By the end of that year, I had sold 100 jars and my business was born. Unlike companies such as Smuckers and Welch's that produce on an industrial scale, we craft our jams and jellies in small batches for utmost taste and flavor retention. We create uniquely versatile products that surprise and delight the taste buds, like our apricot rosemary, which is used for baking cookies, grilling chicken, and making drinks. Just add bourbon. Our customers are loyal due to the authenticity of our flavors and the intentional use of fruit sourced locally from small family-owned farms. We also source our jars, lids, and sugars from Michigan small businesses. Pure ingredients, pure Michigan. Through our unique flavor profiles, we've eased our way into the jam and preserve market. In 5 years, we've maximized sales under the Michigan Cottage Food Law by focusing on delivering unique products, formulating and refining recipes, and managing relationships with customers and suppliers. We have also maximized production quantities and continue to experience increased demand, all the while understanding our cost structure. Our growth strategy is to expand operation to a licensed kitchen in 2023. Our plan is to establish a foothold in the grocery market space by launching an exclusive flavor at Maya Bridge Street Market. This unique process will provide entry into specialty stores where we can offer our entire line of products. Our ask is $10,000 to power 3 initiatives closest to achieving our projected sales goals. $2,800 will be used for better process control certification for 8 employees, $4,500 shelf life testing of our top 15 flavors, and $2,700 to create and launch our e-commerce site. At Sticky Spoons, we are committed to crafting products free of artificial flavors, preservatives, and high fructose corn syrup. The $10,000 will fuel the launch of our growth strategy will fuel the launch of our growth trajectory as we scale in 2023. Thank you.
Great, thank you. 5 minutes for questions from the judges.
Your business plan was so direct and to the point. I was like, every day, they do this every day. It was so meticulous. I was like fired up. I was excited. I'll probably be reaching out to you because I was excited. I wanted to know what the problem was, and you told me here. So thank you for that. Right now, how quick do you think you guys are going to, like, how fast do you, because I feel like you guys are going, this is like the perfect time for you to get the money to do something, but like how fast do you think you can, like, I want to say almost double your growth? Because I feel like from where you are now to getting inside of a location, a kitchen, I feel like it will go fast because it's already like a need for it.
Well, if we get our kitchen built, we believe that if we had a kitchen right now, we could probably triple our growth this year. We just received orders from a local tea room that uses our jams on her scones and breads and sandwiches, and she ordered 40 cases. So that will be part of our sales this year, which is capped at $25,000. We also have our local distillery that uses the hamburger you see in the picture. It's actually our blackberry jam that goes on their peanut butter and jelly hamburger every September. They order them in quarts. So the plan is to get our kitchen built this year. By the time we go through the certification with MDOD, we'll be open by next spring.
A blessing. I'm glad to meet you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes. Could you speak a bit more, as it stands right now? Your main? How do you market yourself right now, and how does that change as you move into to more retail locations?
Right now, we use mostly word of mouth, Facebook and Instagram. Those have been, word of mouth has been the catalyst for our business. We started with 600 jars. I created a Facebook page. We had 50 followers. Now we're up to 2,000, and everyone tells everyone who tells everyone about sticky spoons. For the retail market, our plan is to, because our jams are used for so many things other than just bread, we would affix QR codes to our labels. So when you scan one, it will send you to our website where we would have different lists of items or foods or drinks you can make with that jam you're buying at that time.
And just one last one. How you said you had 15 different flavors. Like how many do you aim to have? Or to me, I'm thinking that's a lot. I just know grape and like raspberry, I think.
Actually, I have 150 flavors I have tested in 6 years. And currently on my phone, I have 84 flavors. So we have some that are specialized for realtors. So we have one realtor who only buys one flavor, and that's hers. The 15 flavors we selected are the top selling in the last 5 years. And so those are the ones we're starting off with on our shelf. So for example, apricot rosemary, like I said, you can grill chicken, you can make drinks. We have apple pie jam, which you warm up, you put it on ice cream, use it to grill pork chops, or even better, you just eat it straight out of the jar. So those 15 came from 150 and paring it down over the last 5 years.
Okay. Thank you.
Amen. Amen.
That sounds so delicious. My question is an extension of Chama's. And as you are going into more stores and you think of those 15 most popular flavors, how are you going to figure out which ones, or are the stores saying you can have 15 facings? I mean, that's a huge commitment of a store to give you 15 facings. If you've got it, that is awesome. So I have two questions. That's one of them, is how are you going to figure out which ones to put in there or rotate? And then also, I noticed you have 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. And I would suggest thinking about whether you need 3 sizes ultimately. That it can complicate your supply chain with all the jars, your label printing. And I just wonder if you had 2 sizes of your like most popular sizes, if that would fill your customers' demand sufficiently.
Okay. The first question was about shelving at stores. So our plan right now is to give each store their own specialty flavor. So out of that 15, if I can get into 15 stores and each store sells one sticky spoon's flavor that is theirs, then that's how we'll focus. Of course, with time, if they want to add something else that they know is selling better at some other store, we can add that to their shelving also. Our sizes is just because we've been doing it that way. We do recognize that as we move forward through a commercial kitchen, we'll probably go down to our medium size. The small size actually goes into something we call like gift packs. So they're 4-ounce jars. You get three different flavors in one sleeve, and you get to sample the Sticky Spoon's original. And through that, we've actually had a lot of people who end up buying the larger jars because 4 ounces is not enough when you're kind of eating it with a spoon.
Great. I'm going to hop in there. Thank you so much. Great job, Aiye.
Thank you.
Great job. Lots of people wanting probably some sundaes, some PB&Js right now. Yeah. And you know how people get like their own perfume made for them, custom perfume? Like imagine having your custom jam. How cool is that? I mean, honestly. Okay, just a thought. We're going to move on. Now we're going to bring in Marisela, and she is with Navarro's. Hi, how's it going?
Hello, good.
Okay,
I want
great.
jam now, so.
Yeah, well, I have a feeling we're all about to want some Mexican food in a moment. So we're going to bring in your slides here.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, and we can see them. So how this works is when you start talking, Laura starts a 3-minute timer. When 3 minutes is up, she'll call time if she needs to, and then you'll move into your Q&A with the judges. So take a deep breath. Next time you start talking, Laura starts timing, and good luck.
My name is Marisela Sierra, and I am the owner of Navarro's LLC, a Mexican takeout restaurant that has been family owned and operated for over 40 years that specializes in stone ground tamales. In February of 2021, my husband and I became the owners after the passing of my mom. We announced our grand reopening on Facebook, and we were flooded by messages of customers asking us to ship our tamales out of state. Mercedes was one of these customers who reached out, sharing that she grew up eating our tamales, had moved away from home, and couldn't find tamales like ours anywhere. Our tamales are special because we make our masa, or corn dough, completely from scratch. Most conventional tamales today are made using an instant corn flour, while we take the time to cook the corn low and slow and stone grind it in-house. We are one of the last producers in the US that still makes tamales this way. It is more labor intensive, but produces a more authentic and, of course, delicious tamal. Our vision is to scale the business and package our tamales frozen for wholesale distribution, to expand our footprint so that customers like Mercedes can have access to our one-of-a-kind tamales. The recipe that we've developed for distribution is a pinto bean tamal that is vegan, gluten-free, and has no added preservatives. There has been substantial growth in the frozen food aisle, and it's being driven by millennials who are looking for healthy, convenient meals that are more diverse in flavor. Our primary competitor is Texas Tamale Co. They do have contracts with major retailers, but they do not make their masa like we do. Our local competitors like Tamales Mari are focused on hot and ready food service and not food distribution, but we are, and I am ready to take the next steps. I'm working closely with the MSU Product Center, other local food distributors, and entrepreneur support organizations to catapult Navarro's to the next level and get our tamales into the freezers of major retailers. A $10,000 grant would enable us to enhance our packaging, labels, and strengthen our supply chain for this next step into expansion. Your financial support will create an extended shelf life, FDA-compliant labels, and the ability for us to safely and securely transport our tamales to our customers. We invite you to take this first step towards expansion with us and help Mercedes finally get her tamales. I am Marisela Sierra, owner of Navarro's LLC. Thank you so much.
Great job. 5 minutes for questions from the judges.
Evening, Marisela. How you doing?
Hey,
Quick. So, for a product that's the main like feature of it is that it's like home, that it's made in a traditional way. I understand it when it's in a for like a single restaurant or what have you. How does that change as you scale up? Like particularly when you add in automation, like what is there anything that's lost in like you said it's the stone grinding of the actual corn, or does that change in like the automation process, or is there anything lost as you automate that?
Great question. So we are still in the very beginning stages. So our batches are quite small. We have started to think forward as to what this process would look like if we end up in a huge distribution facility. The stone grounding would not change. So for example, tortillas that you buy today, most of them are made in that kind of facility. So we would continue doing that. We certainly feel that there's some efficiencies that we can learn as we scale. So right now it takes me 2 hours to cook our corn. Like I said, it's low and slow, but we feel like as we grow, we could probably gain some time pressure cooking, or I don't have a flash freezer right now because we're just getting started. So that's another efficiency we could gain. So we feel like we can make some tweaks to the process, but still maintain the authenticity and the flavor.
I think that you have a really, really, really good niche product. And I know that I looked at in your business plan, like there's a few people that sell tamales, but like for you guys, I actually appreciated that yours didn't sit to be stored for so long. So my brain was instead of, if you had to, instead of making it a negative thing that yours won't last for 12 months, you turn it around to be a positive to say, hey, our tamales are not sitting around for 12 months. These are fresh. Could you flip it to that? Because sometimes that's your niche, because You don't want your food to be sitting in the freezer for 12 months. You want to make it, and I want to make it and bake it. Like, make it, freeze it, go. It shouldn't sit for 6 months. I don't want it to sit for 12 months. How can I get yours going where it takes it, they get it, and they want it now, from literally flash frozen to oven?
I see your point. And to that, I say, yes, like Lay's are not resealable because Lay's wants you to eat those chips right now. And I think from a consumer standpoint, that makes a lot of sense. But our growth strategy is to get into retail. And I feel like having that longer shelf life will make us more attractive as a partner, because it's hard. Like, the frozen food aisle is definitely booming. But, Hispanic foods still tend to be just a very small area in that frozen food aisle. So I want to make myself as marketable to those bigger box stores as we continue to grow. So in the farmers market, our current packaging, how we're selling them, it's 3 months, and our customers are totally fine with that. They say they don't last that long. But for my retail customers, I want to make sure that we're giving them an option that they won't have to throw out in just a few months.
And that, my only thing was, I wanted to put that in your ear, because right now that's what everybody's trying to figure out. How fast can I get my food from the farm to my fork? So if I keep it and that's the only thing that I'm saying, because I think it's good, but I want you to think outside of the box, because I would be like, pull up on me. Let me get these right now from the store, just because I know they haven't been sitting at that grocery store for 12 months. Thoughts. So thanks, but I appreciate, this product is amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hi, Marisela. Can you talk more about the proportion of your sales that you see being right in your local, in your city, versus, distributing out to, and when you distribute out, is it through a distributor, or are you mail ordering out?
So we're not right now. We sell hot and ready from our brick and mortar. Last year in 2021, excuse me, we opened at the tail end of February, so we missed a few months, and we still sold 18,000 units from our brick and mortar, and we're only open 4 days a week. So I'm super proud of that. We just recently started packaging and selling from the farmers market. Now that comes with a caveat, because the farmers market, it's the winter market. It's really not a lot of foot traffic. So we're selling between 10 to 20 dozen on a Saturday. We do plan to be a vendor at the summer market, and just being friendly and getting to know the other vendors. They expect sales to triple, quadruple in the summer, just because it gets really wild. But yeah, so I'm not distributing them right now, but based on our growth strategy, like, we want to continue working at the farmers market, and we have actually pitched a Bridge Street market as well. So they're super interested in us, but our packaging isn't quite there yet. So that's where this grant money is going to get us ready for that next step.
All right, we just hit 5 minutes, so great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
All right, great job, Mari. We'll see you later. Okay, so that was Marisela with Navarro's. And then to round us out in the established category in this entire statewide food competition this evening is Mandy Tamburini with Spun Sugar Detroit. Hi, Mandy, how are you?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Wow, that is a super colorful store behind you. Very, very cool. All right. Well, we're excited to hear from you. And so how this works is, when you start talking, Laura is going to start the 3-minute timer. She'll call time at 3 minutes if she needs to. You can finish your sentence, then you'll move into your Q&A with the judges. So with that, go ahead and take a deep breath. You're going to round us out for the evening. Take it away.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mandy Tamburini, and I'm the owner of Spun Sugar Detroit. We're a gourmet cotton candy company. I offer organic cotton candy and traditional cotton candy. I started this company in 2016 for a few reasons. Nobody in Michigan was doing mobile cotton candy, and nobody was doing organics. With organic sugar, it's all natural. There's no artificial dyes. Everything is plant-based, and that's great, because there's a lot of kids and adults with allergies nowadays. So, it's a great benefit. And we can also do over 53 flavors with our flavoring of organic sugars. We also always carry the traditional pink and blue, because that's what everybody grows up with. And that's, what people know. So I like to offer everything in my cotton candy cart. We started out just doing mobile events, and I always had the idea of just bringing cotton candy cones to Detroit. That's where I wanted to start with my, business. I love Detroit. And we started doing like the mitzvahs and weddings, and, we were just taking over the town. It was great. We were, working with Detroit Pistons and the Lions, and everything was, moving. I went into retail, so you can find our cotton candy at certain stores now. We're down at, Rivertown Market. We're at Somerset Mall. So, we've really grown in the past few years. It's been a great adventure. And I just love spreading the happiness. It's really fun to see everything at our events. We do not just cotton candy cones. We also offer different custom things, cotton candy cakes, push pops. We do cotton candy mannequin heads, everything. It's there's so much to do with cotton candy right now, and it's really fun. It's an experience, and I just want everybody to be happy and have a memory with it. COVID came, and everything stopped for a few years. I just signed on a little factory space, and I was really growing. So after a year of sitting on this space, I made a slight pivot, and I opened up this candy store, and it's called the Spun Sugar Shop. And when I opened up the Spun Sugar Shop, my goal for here is to be kind of like a childhood sweetness with a modern day twist. So I'm going to offer everything here. You can be an adult, you can be a child, you can come in here and have an experience. I want you to walk in the door and smell our cotton candy, smell all the candy in here, and just, take away from this hard world right now and come in and enjoy. So we've been open. I opened about a year and a half ago. Things have been really growing. I carry a lot of local, great companies here. I have Bees in the D. I carry Blue Kitchen marshmallows and her hot chocolate. I have Brown Dog ice cream. I'm going to have Tastefull Vegan in the store. Her stuff is fantastic. This, it's been really happy since I've opened. People can come in, you can enjoy yourself. I offer you a free cotton candy cone of whatever we're making when you come in. So you can try a different flavor that maybe you wouldn't, normally try. And, just come in and enjoy yourself.
We are at 3 minutes, Mandy.
Oh my God.
Great job. 5 minutes for questions from the judges.
Okay. Really sorry.
No worries. The store looks great, Mandy. Can you speak a bit to you'll be still having like the I imagine that you'll still be having the candy truck, the truck still going, the mobile truck still moving around and what have you. So like what is the next step with both of them? I imagine, could you speak a little bit more about like what is that next step? You have this space open. Could you give a little bit more detail about like what your next step is, particularly like whether it's with this 10,000 or what have you?
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to slow down my speaking, and well, that didn't work out. So, so my next step would be, a bigger space. I've outgrown my kitchen. I have so much demand that I have to turn it away right now. With we don't have much staff. It's been really hard to find employees. So I'm turning away events. I'm turning away orders. So the money would really help me because I'm growing my kitchen. I'm going to find a bigger kitchen. I need to buy 4 new machines, and they're each $1,400, and the bowls are $200 each. And, the tops are $200 each. And just, with my marketing, I need to update my labels and my boxes. So the money would go there, but I'm concentrating on growing my kitchen so I can keep up with the demand. The events are no problem. I can always, we can do tons of events. We do multiple events a day, but I have a lot of interest in, having another shop. People are trying to get me to go to Ann Arbor, on the east side, just so, because people have been driving, an hour and a half just to come experience it. So it'd be, people are looking to have this experience closer to where they live. And I just feel like there's a demand here for this. Nobody in Michigan is doing that has a full cotton candy store now. And I just think there's a lot of opportunity.
Right.
Hey, Mandy.
Go, Lucy.
Okay. I was wondering, with all these opportunities that you're mentioning, how will you, what's your kind of guiding vision? Like, what are your sort of sidelines to help you say which opportunities you can take advantage of as they come along, and not overwhelm yourself with trying to do everything at once?
I always try to do everything at once. I mean, to me, everything's an opportunity. I'm a new business. I don't want to say no. So I try to take everything on. I stopped expanding my wholesale because, I just don't have the time and staff to do that. So that's, something I would like to concentrate on growing, but I really just have to hone in and just know, I want everybody to have an experience. So, I'll do as many events as I can, but I just have to, you're right. I have to know like what I can take on and what I can't take on, but I'm always trying to do it all.
Unmuted. Your product is gorgeous. The location is super. It is like, I'm a 2-year-old, honestly. I'm a 43-year-old, 2-year-old. My biggest thing for you, because when I went through, I'm glad Chama asked about what you're going to use the money for. But for me, when I looked at like your diagram, I wanted to know what do you want to do to automate your process a bit, like kind of just make it a little bit more organized. Because I feel like if you didn't have to touch everything every time, it would be easier if people could go online to book for an event and not have to necessarily go through talking to you. Because I think you will have a lot more freedom, because I was that person. I wanted to try to do everything. But the reality is sometimes people use a little bit more automation where people don't have to per se touch you to make everything work. How can I book an event? How can I order my sugar spun online without having to come into the store? Can it get shipped? Is that something that you're thinking about?
Yes. I actually was doing online, but I had to take it down because I couldn't keep up with the demand. And you're right. I definitely need to do an automated book now or something like that, because everybody does have to reach out to me directly. So that's a great idea. And I should.
And then listen, ask your girl. I'll answer any questions. The next thing I was like, how many people work for you right now? Like, how many people do you have on your staff?
3.
Out of your 3 people, how often do they work? Do they work every single day?
Well, so I have 3 to 5. I have 2 girls that will do events and then 2 that work in the store. So the event girls will be picking up around May. And then, no, they don't work every day. I work with them around their school. So I just try to work with them whenever they can. They each probably work about 15, 20 hours a week right now.
My advice to you, Mandy, is utilize the people that you have and find out what are their what are the best things that they can do for you to help you maximize the time to grow your business. If somebody knows how to do a website, get it done. If you need to automate something, ask them and let them help, because I hear you doing it yourself. Help. No, we were not created to do anything alone. Help is your friend, because I want you to survive. Help. Get the help. Ask for it and let people help you.
All right. Thank you, Q. On that note, we are out of time. Great job, Mandy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mandy. Great job.
Thank you.
And I can smell the cotton candy just looking.
I literally am
like, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Okay. At this point, we are going to let the judges go. So judges are going to go to a top secret Microsoft Teams meeting, and we're going to let you go and deliberate a little bit. Thank you so much. You've been amazing this evening with all of your feedback, your questions. We've so appreciated it. So we're going to let you get out and go to that meeting. Good luck deliberating. It's going to be a tough one. Laura, we've come to our final pitch. We did 4 in the month of March, which is just insane, but also our final pitch of 2022.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts on our last pitch night here?
Well, this has been so exciting. And I know we've said this before, Ellie, but I'm just disappointed it's virtual, because it would have been amazing to sample some of the products that we're seeing tonight. But everyone did a fantastic job. Obviously, we have a great group of judges tonight too, which keeps things interesting. Questions and advice being handed out, which is always a great experience for the entrepreneurs. And hopefully everyone at home is enjoying it too.
Absolutely. And at this point in the evening, we are coming to the much anticipated and awaited audience choice vote. Yes. So we're going to have Rochelle go ahead and put the link to vote into the Facebook and YouTube chat. And how you can vote is click on that link, 1 vote per person. Okay. Go ahead and click on that link and fill out some basic information for us. We're going to ask for your name and your email. Just make sure you are only voting once. Then you can go ahead and vote for your favorite business this evening. Laura, what does the winner of the audience choice vote get?
$1,000. And the audience choice winner can be someone who wins another prize or not. So that's an exciting piece. Someone can walk away with 1,000. Someone could walk away with 11,000. We have no idea. So
yeah, and we have had some audience choice winners throughout the month at other pitches. Some have won that extra $1,000 on top of their prize money, and some have not won the prize money, but still walked away with something, which is really great for a total of 8 minutes, right? 3-minute pitch plus 5-minute Q&A. Not bad, not bad. Okay, so reminder, go ahead and click on that Google Forms link in the chat to vote for your favorite this evening. We have the Calypso, Savor Life Wellness, Tastefull Vegan Frozen Desserts, Zippy's Coffee, Vanilla Plus Extract, Joe's Gallery Cafe, Chartreuse Sisters, Sticky Spoons Jam, Navarro's, and Spun Sugar Detroit. What did you think about the variety of foods and beverages? It wasn't like, all one thing, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. And, I think it's interesting when we opened our applications up for this program, we let entrepreneurs decide if they wanted to apply for this food competition or if they wanted to do one of the regional ones. And so I think that's really exciting because it gave us, some products like jam and some, restaurants, wine bars, that kind of thing. It keeps things interesting and let, our audience across the state discover some new places to visit and new products to buy.
Yeah, very cool. Well, hey, Laura, we're going to let you go. Thank you so much for being on and for timing with us one last time this month in 2022 for the pitch competitions. You have a great evening, and we will talk to you a little bit later.
Sounds good. Thanks, Ellie.
All right, bye. All right, as a reminder, this is your opportunity to vote. We're going to leave it open just for a couple more minutes on your audience choice winner this evening for $1,000. So a reminder, in the startup category, they are competing against each other. In the established, they are competing against each other. Audience choice, everyone, all 10 finalists will be competing for that $1,000. So click on that link, go ahead, vote. Maybe another minute we're gonna have it open for. So typically what we do when we've done this event in the past is had some previous winners come and join us to talk a little bit about their pitch experience, what they remember, what maybe some of the finalists were going through, what was going through their head this evening as they were getting ready and preparing. And they also talk about where they are now. So what the winning prize money helped them do to their business. And so obviously we were not able to have anybody here in person with us. However, we were able to get some nice videos for some of our entrepreneurs. And so this first one we're going to hear from is Courtney Lawrence. She is with Cultured Kombucha. She won one of the pitch competitions last year. She's from the Traverse City area, and I'm pretty sure I saw her on the social comments a little bit earlier, so I know she's out there watching. So we're going to watch this update from her. Let's watch.
Hi, everyone. My name is Courtney Lorenz, and I am the founder of Cultured Kombucha Company. I'm also currently the Chief Marketing Officer, the janitor, and the electrician as well. As many of you know, as small business owners, or here as supporters of small business owners, we wear a lot of hats every day. Last year, I had the opportunity to work with the Michigan Women Forward Foundation to compete. And we were grateful and excited that we took first prize. So I'm very excited for everything that you guys are experiencing today, all of the crazy emotions that go with it. You put in so much time and effort and practice for it, and I hope that you get to just enjoy the experience and everyone that you've connected with along the way. Starting in 2015, I started with 3 5-gallon batches of kombucha, and we went to our first farmers market, and we sold out in 20 minutes, which was an incredible experience. We knew that we were supported by our team, which was 2 of us at the time, our community, and that we had a great product and people wanted it. From there, we continued scaling. And as we scaled, we outgrew our building. The fire marshal told us we were stacking things too high, close to the ceiling, and spilling out into the hallways. So during our expansion process, we discovered that We needed more space, but we also needed more systems too. Last year, when we pitched with the Michigan Women Forward group for the competition, we pitched for some infrastructure upgrades. So we were searching for a customer management software and a ERM software base that would allow us to track our product in-house from start to finish. Since we've implemented that, we have been able to produce almost 32% more bottles without adding additional labors on our staffs. It's allowed us to really condense our time frame to production, allow us to communicate more clearly with our distribution partners, and overall provide a better product to our customers in the long run. Our overall goal as a company is to nourish you from the inside out. We hope that by bringing you this nourishing kombucha, you get just a little bit more curious about how your body ticks and how your health and wellness is centered around everything that you put into your body. So with that in mind, I hope that you guys have a phenomenal night pitching. You bring something new to the world that brings meaning to those around you and your customers, and best of luck.
Thanks so much, Courtney, for that update and for the encouragement to all of the finalists this evening. She's been there, she's been in their shoes, and she knows what that's like. So thanks so much. At this time, I am going to go ahead and bring in our Chief Lending Officer, Alexis Dishman. Hey, Alexis, how are you doing?
I am great. How are you this evening?
Doing well, thank you. What do you think listening to all of the pitches?
All I could think of was, I wish we were in person.
Seems to be the sentiment tonight. I wish we could get some of those free samples. I'm pretty sure we would have like appetizers, dinner, some beverages, and dessert covered, like no problem.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it might have made it even more difficult for the judges if they were able to taste test. So maybe it is for the best that it wasn't in person this evening.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. Well, hey, I'm going to take myself out and let you take over here.
Okay, great. Thanks so much. Good evening. It's a pleasure for me to be here with you this evening. This would all not be possible without our sponsor, Consumers Energy Foundation. Let's watch this video about Consumers Energy.
When you think about caring for your community, what comes to mind? Maybe it's improving education or encouraging workforce development, fighting hunger or eliminating homelessness, preserving the environment, or supporting the arts. Consumers Energy has been giving back to Michigan for well over a century, and since 1990, we have been helping local communities grow and thrive through the Consumers Energy Foundation. Last year, Consumers Energy, our charitable foundation, employees, and retirees gave over $17.5 million to Michigan nonprofit organizations. We're investing in what's most important to Michigan: its people, our planet, and Michigan's prosperity. The Consumers Energy Foundation is committed to ensuring all Michigan residents thrive economically and have access to world-class educational resources. We're focused on creating grants that protect and strengthen the health and sustainability of our state's land, water, and air. And we're dedicated to ensuring Michigan's businesses and communities are growing with world-class resources. For more information on how the Consumers Energy Foundation is caring for our communities, visit consumersenergy.com/foundation.
Here with us this evening is Carolyn Bloodworth, Secretary and Treasurer of the Consumers Energy Foundation, to say a few words. Welcome, Carolyn. So what did you think of our first ever food competition?
I loved it, and I love having them all together. You just get this real strong sense of that community. And I'm hungry. I was very hungry throughout the entire, and then to finish on sugar, probably not the best, but I look forward to the day we can do these in person again, because that would have been amazing to be able to be with all of them in person.
Absolutely.
Well, Alexis, I'm so thrilled to be here with you this evening and to see the support that we provided through our grant making coming to life. I want to thank tonight's judges and the judges for all of the previous pitch events as well. And also so many people behind the scenes. They're providing guidance, advice, and support to all of these amazing entrepreneurs. And I think it goes without saying how much we love the entire Michigan Women Forward staff. You and your coworkers are working so hard every single day to make lives better for everyone that you serve. At Consumers Energy, we're dedicated to ensuring Michigan businesses and communities are growing and thriving. That includes creating opportunities for entrepreneurs who can bring critical new ideas to the table, like those of you that we were fortunate to see tonight. And these past few years have been a huge challenge for entrepreneurs and women and minorities in particular. In the last few years, we've been so proud. The Consumers Energy Foundation, we provided $400,000 in support of Michigan Women Forward to help women and minority-owned businesses survive and thrive. And this funding was part of nearly $3 million we've awarded to support small business, women and minority-owned small businesses in particular. We know there's more to do, and we are so grateful for all that Michigan Women Forward is doing on behalf of women-owned small business. We really appreciate the opportunity to be here, and more importantly, for everyone's participation in today's event. I really enjoyed hearing the pitches, and I'm really excited to present today's winners. But before we virtually hand out those prizes, I want to thank all of our finalists for sharing their vision and their plans for growth. At Consumers Energy, we work for the people, planet, and Michigan's prosperity, and we know that small businesses are critical to a prosperous economy. Thank you again for your pitches. Your hard work is going to take you a long way, and it's going to position our state well for many, many years to come.
Thank you again, Carolyn, for being here tonight and for always being a part of MWF and our work. And thank you, Consumers Energy Foundation. Without them, these competitions and so many other support services would not be possible. MWF accelerates women's entrepreneurship through providing access to capital, education, and mentorship to start or grow successful businesses. Women in business receive just 7% of venture funds for their startups. This is a bleak number considering the growth of entrepreneurship in the United States. 57.4% of the Small Business Administration microloans programs went to women-owned and led businesses. Through Michigan Women Forward's Entrepreneurship Initiative, we work to eliminate barriers to business ownership and increase profitability and growth for women-owned businesses. Our goal is to make entrepreneurship less difficult so women have equal chance at success. MWF's goal is to provide our entrepreneurs with collaborative opportunities to determine what resources will best assist them in building and growing their businesses. We offer a broad range of education options, including one-on-one meetings and workshops. At MWF, we are here to support women entrepreneurs at every stage of their business. We are focused on helping women create sustainable businesses that enable them to take care of their families and create a legacy of wealth. We recognize that even the most promising businesses, new or existing, have difficulty obtaining much needed capital. To help entrepreneurs, MWF offers funding resources to start, build, and grow successful businesses. Through MWF's microloan program, we are able to provide loans up to $50,000 regardless of the stage of their business. I proudly announce today that in January of 2022, MWF received certification from the U.S. Treasury Department as a community development financial institution. Many of you may be wondering, what does that mean? This certification will enable MWF to expand its microloan program and technical assistance programs. At MWF, we believe that our support of entrepreneurs extends beyond capital. That's why we took our learnings from the pandemic and developed innovative programs to support the sustainability of micro enterprises. One example of a new innovative program is MWF's partnership with Canopy Social, Dynamics Technology, East Warren CDC, and the Kresge Foundation to develop a 6-month program to bridge the digital divide. The program included access to technology. Dynamic Technology Solutions donated laptops for every entrepreneur in the program, and the laptops were equipped with software like Microsoft Suite, Shopify, and QuickBooks. We provided technological education. Each entrepreneur receives step-by-step training on how to use QuickBooks, which is a critical accounting software provided by AD Accounting, Auditing, and Compliance firm. quick fix training is often expensive and out of reach. This was an important tool and resource that we provided. We also provided training on digital marketing. Entrepreneurs participated in weekly Let's Get Digital training classes provided by Canopy Social, designed to improve small businesses' proficiencies in digital marketing through hybrid curriculum, cohort, and learning model. And tonight's program was another example of an innovative program that MWF has designed to support women entrepreneurs in the food business. To learn more about MWF's innovative programs, I encourage you to view our website at www.miwf.org and subscribe to the WEI newsletter, which comes out every second and fourth Wednesday of the month. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Alexis. We are just so thankful again for the support from Consumers Energy and all that they've enabled us to do with these pitch competitions. And we're going to get Carolyn Bloodworth back on in just a minute. But Alexis, so excited to be a part of this WEI team and for all the work that we've been able to accomplish together as an organization and as a team. I really enjoy being a part of it. So to our fearless leader, thank you for all you do. And we'll let you go back to your night, but thanks for being on with us this evening.
All right. Thanks so much. Thanks for everything you do, Ellie.
Oh, thank you. All right. See you later, Alexis. Okay. So we are coming up on being able to announce our winners this evening here very soon. First, I do want to take a moment and give some thank yous. As I mentioned, this is our fourth pitch competition that we have done this month. So it's the most we've ever done, 4 total, adding the statewide food competition, which we were all incredibly excited about. And really, no way would I be able to do this on my own. Absolutely not. So I do want to give credit to the entire team at MWF, all of our staff. And so I just decided to put together some photos just so you could see who our team is here. And so this is our Detroit office on the southeast side of the state. And so the finance team keeps us going. Kenneth, he was our master scorekeeper this evening, and he was in the judges' deliberation. So some people you don't see necessarily that are working behind the scenes. We so appreciate them and all their work. We have our Grand Rapids office. A little bit of crossover. Myself and Anna Jose, we are on the WEI team as well, but housed here in Grand Rapids. And we put Rochelle on here just because we ran out of room on that Detroit slide. But really, she's organization-wide as well. So she's been the one who's been doing the social media commenting as MWF. So we thank her for that. And Cece was also in the judges' room deliberating. And then, of course, the WEI team. The Women's Entrepreneurship Initiative team. And so when you need something from MWF, you're an entrepreneur, you come to us, you're going to talk with Tanisha. She has been our most excellent Zoom host these last 4 pitches. She's over in the Zoom room with the finalists, keeping them calm, cool, and collected before they get on here. And they're having a blast. I know they are, because she commented earlier, I think on Facebook, and said that they're having a great time in there, and they are. So Laura, who was timing, one of our loan officers, Jennifer, Ben, you could potentially talk with them if you're looking for a microloan. Maggie, Myra, and as I mentioned, Anna Jose as well. They do technical assistance and business development. So they're helping bring people in who could just use some assistance. And we definitely provide that here at MWF, as Alexis mentioned. So with that, I am going to go ahead and bring in Carolyn Casson, President and CEO of MWF, and Carolyn Bloodworth from Consumers Energy Foundation. Hello, ladies. How's it going?
It's good.
Good. Okay, this is everyone's favorite part of the evening. We get to give away, you get to give away the prize money. So we have all of our startup finalists waiting in the wings here. And fun fact, the audience choice vote was in the startup category. So we will be starting out with that $1,000 audience choice vote. So I'm going to go ahead and remove myself from the stream and let you take over, because I know you know how to do this. It's like our 4th time doing it.
Fourth. This is our 40th time doing this, Carol.
And we would do it the 41 times if we needed to.
Well, Carolyn, you and Consumers Energy have been such tremendous supporters of ours, so thank you so much. I have to tell you, this is the first time in all the years that we've been doing this that we had a virtual tie in one of the, there was an actual tie score.
Oh my!
So there's a lot that just shows how great these entrepreneurs were, and wasn't it fun to talk about food all evening? I loved it.
Oh, I was so hungry. It's not good that I was in my kitchen the whole time, but yes.
Me too. I am in my kitchen, so that's true. Okay, Carolyn, should we start?
We should start. So
right.
We have apparently the audience prize winner, which will be $1,000.
A Savor Life Wellness. Kendra?
Well,
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Audience choice. You either had lots of people watching or you just were simply the best.
Thank you so much, Carolyn. I really appreciate it.
Carolyn, you're welcome. Easy if you say Carolyn, it's both of us.
It's easy. That was exciting. That was very exciting.
Yeah, that was really
so
great.
That leads us to the third place for startup, which is $2,500.
And this is in the startup category. And the third place prize goes to Zippy's Coffee. Gabriella, congratulations.
Yay! Thank you so much. Yay! Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Wonderful. That leads us to second place, $5,000 prize.
The second place winner is the Calypso. Cassie.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Congratulations. Oh my, Carolyn, this is the big one. First place startup.
Yeah, this
$10,000.
This goes to Tastefull Vegan.
Oh
Kalyene.
my gosh!
Congratulations.
Oh my gosh.
You knocked it out of the park. You did a great job.
You
did a really good job. People really love this business. I think you're well on your way to tremendous success.
Thank you. I appreciate being able to participate. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Now we want to taste all this, you know.
I know. I have to bring it. Virtually, you couldn't try it, but now you got to get it.
Right. We'll be there.
Congratulations. Oh my gosh. That was too exciting.
That really was. Okay, so at this moment, we're going to, I eased the transition this time around for that switch over from startup to established. So I have another video for us to watch, actually, just for a couple of minutes while we let the startup go and the established come in. So this is actually one of our clients, Katrina Anderson with Commodities. And I know she was watching as well because I saw her commenting. So let's go ahead and watch this.
My name is Katrina Anderson, and I'm the owner of Commodities Tea Company here in Detroit, Michigan. One of the fantastic things about Commodities is it was designed to solve a problem. So at Commodities, we solve problems for tea drinkers. The problem that I had back in 2011 or so was that the majority of the tea drinkers in my family are male. And I had a difficult time finding venues and teaware that reflected their sense of style. And I began to realize as I was looking for tea gifts and beverage-related gifts that would work for them, that there was really a niche that wasn't being addressed. The tea drinkers of the modern day are really, really diverse. And I wanted to reflect that in some offerings that we could bring to the public. I'm not the only one with this problem. As we moved forward and started doing our marketing research, we discovered there were other problems that tea drinkers were having that just weren't being addressed. So we really started looking at innovation. We started looking at the aesthetic of tea drinkers. We started looking at how different cultures approach tea and discovering that it was not being well represented. So Commodities was born. That was 2011. It went from being a hobby to being a full-fledged LLC. And in 2018 and 19 was when I decided to scale the business. This is when I started needing more resources because I knew how to sell tea as a hobby, but did not know how to do it as a business owner. What does this look like? What kind of things do I need to have in place to legitimize what I was doing and to make my efforts recognizable to other business owners and to other people that might need products? Started scaling in 2018, but the real challenge was, you guessed it, 2020 when the pandemic hit. Now we needed to pivot. A lot of our events and things were being canceled. We had just started getting brand visibility, or we were being asked to participate in some really amazing events, the St. Patrick's Day Parade. But all of these things were suddenly being shut down. Fundraisers were being canceled. Bridal showers were being canceled left and right. And we needed to pivot. So the thought was, well, people drink tea from the grocery store. The grocery stores will always be open. How do I branch into wholesale? And this is where I found myself for the second time in this journey, really needing a network of people that could help me through this process. I did not want to reinvent the wheel. The answers were already out there. I just didn't know anybody that had them. So I connected with Michigan Women Forward because we had our very first wholesale relationship starting with Wayfair Incorporated. Many of you know Wayfair is an online store for home goods, and we were being asked to come on board as a supplier for our teaware that we had sourced. And I was amazed, but yet horrified, because I did not have inventory for a relationship this large. And I certainly did not expect it to launch so quickly during the pandemic when many entrepreneurs were really struggling. We were just starting to really expand. Michigan Women Forward stepped up to the plate. They helped us with our very first sizable microloan at a time where our credit worthiness was not in order, at a time where our revenue didn't reflect that we should get a loan. We were really considered unfundable by many organizations. But MW, we see what you're doing here, and this is indeed a good opportunity. Let us help you get the inventory you need. That was our very first microloan. Our second microloan was MWF, also at an amazing time. When we landed our very next opportunity with QVC and Zulily.com, again, the need for a even larger amount of inventory. So they came on board and helped us fund that. We had already paid off our first microloan with flaming success, excited about it. Now in another situation of, okay, we still don't have quite enough capital to catch up to the demand that's being placed on us. And they were available for us. And I am so forever grateful.
All right, so great to hear from Katrina there. And, you know, congratulations on behalf of MWF to both Courtney, who we heard from earlier, and Katrina on all of their business success, for bringing their vision to life. I never tire of hearing about these entrepreneurial journeys and these stories. So really great to hear. With that, we do have all of our established finalists here ready to go. So I'm going to take myself out again. Carolyn and Carolyn, take it away.
Well, Carolyn, I'll pull up the big check for the third place established business.
Okay, Joe's Gallery Cafe. Garnette, congratulations.
Congratulations.
This was the category where there were a lot of ties. So this is a great success for you to get this third place. So thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Very exciting. So leads us to second place in the established category.
Second place goes to Sticky Spoons Jam. You sold us when you started talking about those 15 different flavors. We all want one. So I wanted to, and we want our own flavor too. Carolyn, you got to name one after Carolyn Bloodworth, because she has been funding this for years, and she with her foundation. So thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, that's wonderful. And Carolyn, final prize of the night. First place established category
goes to Navarro. Mari.
I was recording just in case.
Well, congratulations. Congratulations. You did a fantastic job in both the pitch and the business plan. And on behalf of Consumers Energy, who made this all possible, we and MWF, we just want to say congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Go get them.
Yes, congratulations.
All right. Well, thank you, Carolyn. Another fun evening, really, isn't it? It
is.
Get better and better. Every single one we say is better than the past. So so thank you.
We're honored to support you and your team, Carolyn. Thank you for everything that you do.
Well, we love working with you. Thanks to our judges. They did such a great job. Q and Chama and Lucy, they really know this industry, and so we know that they did a very tough job of having to pick winners. Remember, all of these companies are already winners. They emerged from 150 concept papers, and so every single one of them, please. If there's any way that you can support these organizations and support MWF, make sure that you frequent their women-owned businesses, these women-owned businesses that you saw compete tonight. And we'll be back again later this year or next year to do this again. So thanks to everybody. Have a good evening.